This likely isn't a bad idea either because technically I haven't done a single oil change since I got that bike. I just keep adding oil.
Probably true.
Can you come give me a hand?
Yeah.
I just need you to either hold the bucket or break this bolt loose for me. Because this is really tight.
Well, it shouldn't be super tight.
That's what I thought.
I don't even really remember that.
We were heating it up for like at least an hour and smashing the absolute piss out of it with a sledgehammer. Then we smashed your sledgehammer and used the back of an axe and got it off.
Oh yeah, okay. I do now.
Yeah, and then you were like, well, maybe we should have been using this the whole time.
Well, it's not hollow inside, but it's not really much more than that either. But I mean, you got this basically 2x3 at the top, and it's got metal channel all along it, so it shouldn't be too bad. It is kind of like a hollow core door though, but once it's all bolted down, it should be pretty solid, I would think, for what we're doing anyways. It's not like we're hauling cars or anything with it, so. This is what I'm gonna end up making the sides out of. I got a couple of these pieces here. I don't even know what this is. It looks like shelving at a grocery store or something. It's been in my shop for years, and I've always just kept it in case I needed it for something, and now I found a use for it. So I'm gonna cut this stuff up, and hopefully this works. I don't really know. It might be hollow inside, I'm not sure, but I guess we'll find out when we cut it. So let's see. Got some old angle iron here I've been hanging on to for a few years for just such a project, and I'm gonna cut this for the sides. I'm gonna end up making 16-inch high sides for this trailer, and I'm gonna bolt them on instead of welding them. Welding's great, but like if somebody ever wants to take them off for some odd reason or do repairs or something like that, it's a lot easier to bolt them or unbolt them, sorry, than just cut it off and stuff if I weld them. So I'll cut this stuff up and I'll show you guys how I'm gonna mount it on here. I'll just bolt it on each corner, and then I'm actually gonna bolt the wood that I cut to put on for the sides too. So I'll do that now. I'll show you guys here what I'm doing. So on second thought, I decided not to use this wood because it's pretty much like, I mean, that's garbage. I can't use that. I wanted to, but that's not going to hold up, and I can't sell it to somebody like that. And even if I decide not to sell it and I keep it for myself, I'm not going to be happy with this junk. That's garbage. That'll rot out and be busted in like 2 uses. So anyways, I sprung and went for some 3/4 inch plywood. So that should be good to do the sides with. I'll cut that all up, and I'm getting a little spendy on this here, but you know what, it'll hold up, and that way if I do, I'm thinking I'm selling this, but if I do keep it and use it myself, then this will last quite a few years. So, you know, she's expensive. It's like buying gold almost anymore, but it'll be worth it in the long run. Starting to actually look like a trailer now. Got my sides on. Just got to bolt them on. Drill some holes. I'm going to bolt right through the plywood with quarter 20 bolts and washers on them likely. These side pieces I just put on with quarter 20s in the corner, you can see too, right through the frame of it. I'm gonna do 2 on the back too. I just haven't put them on yet. I wanted to get these on first, and then I'll get them lined up and drill the holes, and then I'll put the bolts through the plywood and these uprights here, and then we should be good to go.
Oh yeah, that's the one there.
What I'll likely end up doing here is put a brace of some sort, because it's still kind of flimsy a little bit, eh? I mean, it's held good on the front and the back, but it's kind of flimsy in the center. So if you want to strap something down here, it's not going to work very well. I'll try to stick to the outside, because I feel like if I put it on the inside, it's going to take away from the overall width of the trailer. So I'll figure something out here, and then we'll get to that in a minute. So that's all the sides roughly bolted on. I still got to figure out something kind of for a tailgate, because I don't know if I'm going to do just kind of like a small removable one, or one that drops down in case somebody wants to load a lawnmower, or myself, or a four-wheeler or something like that, or it's kind of on there loosely now, sort of thing. I still got to kind of snug everything up and get it just exactly the way I want it and stuff, but she's starting to look like a trailer. This is what I came up with for a tailgate. It is going to end up being removable instead of a fold down one. I had to do this because it's actually wider than 48 inches. So when I cut the piece for the front, I was either 50 or 52. So this is what I was left over with for the tailgate at the back. And I'm surely not buying another sheet of 3/4 inch plywood, I'll tell you that. It'd be worth more than the trailer is. So what I'm gonna do, like that's just sitting on there right now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drill 2 holes from the back side, and then I'll have bolts sticking out through. And I'm just gonna drill a hole through the top, have the mating hole on this. You'll slide the tailgate on over those bolts through this hole, and then put a hitch pin in it. So then when you want to take it off, just pull the hitch pin, pull the whole tailgate right off. So I'll do that now, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Here's what I was talking about. So I just drilled a hole through this angle iron, through the wood, and ran that bolt through there. That bolt's not tight or anything yet. I will tighten that up. I'm just fitting everything first. So I've actually made that so that'll fit flush. Well, when I get that all done, that'll fit flush, but I actually counterbored the back of that hole that I drilled so that'd sit over top of that nut. And then what I'm gonna do is drill a hole through this bolt so that when you put this tailgate on here, you just drop a hitch pin down through here, and then it's good. And then when you want to take it off, pull the hitch pin off this side, off the other side, then you can pull the tailgate right off. So here's the bolts I'm gonna end up using for the pins for the tailgate. So I'm gonna have to drill a hole through it, put a hitch pin through it. I'll show you guys what I always do first, because if you don't do this, it's near impossible to drill a hole through a bolt. I've ground a flat on that. That way you can start a drill, because I gotta drill a hole through that to put a hitch pin through it. Pretty well one of the only ways to do it. Other than that, you'll never start a drill on the outside of a bolt. It'll just walk on you constantly. So if you grind a flat, then you can put a pilot hole through it and then drill your actual hole. So there's our hole drilled. We'll see if this hitch pin works here. There you go. So that's what's gonna lock the tailgate in. I just gotta do the other side now. And that should be pretty well everything, and then we're gonna probably start on the lights. All right, we're finally gonna get back at working on this trailer. I had good intentions last night, and then kind of got sidetracked. My brother stopped in and stuff, so that took up most of my night. I didn't really get anything accomplished, but basically more or less all I have to do is just make sure that everything's snugged up and put the lights on. So I got looking at this last night. I bought these lights like probably over a year ago, just because they were dirt cheap, and I got them out of the package there last night, and I got looking at them, and I'm gonna throw them on this trailer, and I was like, geez, that's weird, they don't have a ground or anything, and the brackets are kind of cheap looking, which they are. They're all plastic. And I kind of got laughing about that. So I look at the package. I took them out of the box. I bought a tow light kit, not a trailer light kit. So this is like what you'd put on your towed vehicle. Just attach it to your towed vehicle and plug it into your four-way on your vehicle, on your truck or whatever. So these are kind of just cheapy lights. Paid like 19 or 20 bucks for them or something like that. But anyways, we'll get them hooked up just the same. It's not going to be anything spectacular, but that's fine too. So I have a few different ideas what I'm going to do for brackets. That's kind of why I put this angle iron this way. I left the flat side out because I was hoping that I could just put bolt mirrors on it to it, because when you buy normal trailer mirrors, they usually have just like bolts or studs on the back. You can bolt them right onto something, but these ones don't, because it's a tow light kit, so they're plastic. There's nothing really on the back. There is, but like that's all just plastic, so I'm gonna end up just screwing them to this after I make a bracket to stick them out from the side of the trailer a little bit. I don't want to put them right on the bottom because they're probably gonna end up getting broken, because that's usually what happens when they're down low like that and they're close right to the back end. That's the first thing you bust. So, and furthermore, I never even noticed this, and I've been working on this trailer the whole time, but this trailer actually dumps. It's a manual dump trailer. So that's worth at least another 50 bucks, I'd say. So I just bolted that bracket on there. Now I'm gonna see how I can mount the light on there. I'm probably just gonna go self-tappers through here because they're only plastic. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. Then I just gotta kind of run the wiring in an inconspicuous spot now that I realize that this thing dumps too. I don't want her to get caught up underneath. That'll be just a mess. So I'll hang one of these lights and we'll see where we're at. Lights on, installed, working. Those are the brackets I made. Thought it'll work though for a cheap little trailer. It's 50 inches inside too, so you can actually fit a four-wheeler in it. Any ones that are 48, you normally can't fit a four-wheeler in it. My four-wheeler's like 50 inches wide, so it'd fit in this one. The more I thought about it, I'm not actually gonna keep this one. I am gonna sell it, so be a nice cheap little trailer for somebody. It's not like I want $2,000 for it or anything, so. Yeah, those are just, I didn't even realize what I picked up. I just grabbed it because it was cheap at Princess Auto. For you guys that aren't from Canada, Princess Auto's kind of like Harbor Freight, I guess, in the States, or what I assume Harbor Freight is like. I've never been to one, but Princess Auto is just kind of like you can buy cheap tools and stuff like that there, surplus stuff, camping stuff, small engine things, pneumatic stuff, hydraulic stuff, electrical, all that stuff. You can buy everything there. I assume Harbor Freight's the same, so Princess Auto's like our Canadian version of that. You guys probably noticed this thing too in the background. That's actually what I have this trailer hooked up to right now. This is a truck that I bought in the winter time for basically a song and a dance, but I'll get into that in another video. That thing's pretty cool. But there we go, guys. My little small little trailer build. Nice cheap little trailer. Picked it up on the side of the road for nothing. I think I might, lock, stock, and barrel, not including my time, have like, I don't know, 200 bucks into it maybe, something like that, plus my time. So nice little something to keep me busy, and I can make a couple of bucks too for my other projects. And then I can have more videos you guys can watch. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.